I think that's another problem is we go into a relationship and we want it to look like how it looked when we were single. Absolutely not.
Hello, Lovies. It's me, Shanice, and welcome back to my channel where we talk about beauty and all things bougie. It's time for another video. Yay. Another video time. Hey. All right, Lovies. So today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. I just wanted to, just sit and talk with you guys, talk to all of my lovey subbies. And by the way, hello to my new lovey subbies. Welcome to the lovey-dovey family. And hey to all of my OGs, all of my original writers. Okay, what is up to all of my OG lovey subbies? You guys, we are almost to 300 subscribers, and I'm like, thank you so much. Thank you. I'm just so excited. So yes, we will be doing another very large giveaway when we hit the 300 subscriber mark, just to say thank you. Y'all know I'm always trying to give y'all something, okay? I'm always trying to give you something, okay? So I'm going to be doing another giveaway for that. So today we're just going to have a little one-on-one talk, okay? Just me, you, just right here in my beauty room. And we're going to be talking about 5 reasons why you shouldn't get into a relationship. But before we get into the video, of course I have some reminders. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to leave a comment down below. This is the emoji that we're going to be using today. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. And of course, don't forget to ring the bell, ring
The bell.
Don't forget to ring the bell so that way you're notified every time that I upload, which is every Sunday at 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, and sometimes on Wednesdays for a little bonus content. All right, lovey, so let's just go ahead and jump right into the video. 5 reasons why you shouldn't get into a relationship. Let's go. Reason number 1 why you should not get into a relationship, sis. You should not get into a relationship if you don't love yourself. Now, I know that sounds a little textbook. I know that sounds a little cliche, but it's absolutely true. If you don't love yourself, your relationship is not going to work. Just trust me on this, okay? I know everybody always says, if you don't love yourself, how are you going to love anybody else? And that's absolutely true. But also there are some other things that go into that I want to dig into. If you love yourself, 1, you're not going to allow anybody to treat you any kind of way, okay? I know what I bring to the table. I know who I am, and I've come to love myself, even in my flaws. So with that being said, I'm not gonna let anybody treat me any kind of way. Cameraman cannot disrespect me. Cameraman cannot talk to me any kind of way. Cameraman can't expect anything out of me that I am not willing to give because I love myself. Self-love is the first step to a successful relationship. It will literally change the dynamic of your relationship, because if your partner sees that you love yourself, then they have no choice but to either step up to those standards or step to the side and get left. Don't make your partner feel like they are the reason why you might be having some inner issues, but instead, 1, admit that you might have some inner issues. 2, work on those things actively, be in prayer about them, seek counseling on them, journal, do whatever you need to do to work on those weak places in your heart. And 3, just learn to love yourself. Number 2 is you shouldn't get into a relationship if you haven't achieved any goals.
Now, Shanice, what do you mean by that?
I'm so glad that you asked. If you are not disciplined enough to set some goals out for yourself and achieve them, then to me, you haven't completed your journey as a single person. So I'm recommending for all of my single ladies out there, if you are thinking about getting into a relationship, ask yourself, have I achieved things on my own? Or am I waiting for a man to come along and help me to achieve these things? Fellas, same for you. Have you achieved something on your own, or are you waiting for this helpmeet to come and help you achieve those things? You can do it yourself. I'm not saying that relationship isn't important, but what I am saying is know your abilities, know what you're capable of before you get into a relationship. It will help the whole thing so much more when you know what you're capable of. You know what you can say that you've achieved by yourself with the help of God, your friends, your family, okay? You know what you can do. So do it for yourself before you try to do it for somebody else. And all my ladies out there, you are not a queen when your king comes. You are a queen all by yourself. You don't have to wait for a man to do those things that you might want to do. For me, I never thought that I was going to be able to purchase a house by myself, let alone when I was 24 years old, okay? But with the help of God and with the encouragement of my family, my friends, I was able to get that done. And now moving into a relationship with cameraman, I can say, I know what I can do. I know that I can put my faith to the test. I know that I can write down goals, pray about them. Y'all, I had a journal that I wrote down everything that I wanted in my house. And literally, I'm literally sitting in a manifestation of my faith. But I had to do that. I had to believe in myself and say, Shanice, you can do this. Only thing that you need is God and faith, and you can achieve it. And now in a relationship, I'm able to be that backbone when I need to be. I can say, you know what, babe, when you're feeling down and out, I know that I've been able to believe for something. I know that I've been able to put my faith towards something. I know what I've achieved. I know what I've been able to bring to the table. So let me help you in your weak moments. Don't miss the opportunity to bring something to the table when you're just trying to rush through your single season. No, get all those lessons, achieve all those goals, and bring that wealth of knowledge to the table so that way when you are coming into a relationship, you have a full arsenal of knowledge, a full arsenal of experience that you can use to move your relationship forward throughout the weeks, months, years, and so on. All right, lovies, I hope that you guys are enjoying this. I'm really nervous about this video, but we're gonna move right into the next reason. So number 3, you should not get into a relationship if you are not at financial peace or if you do not at least have a financial plan. Because a man, ladies, is not a financial plan. Having a financial plan can be as simple as having a savings account. I'm not telling you what amount needs to be in that savings account, but at least know that you have one. Or even if you're in school, and let's just say you're not in your career, but you know what steps you're taking to achieve those goals, to get to those places that you want to get to. I'm not saying, again, that you have to have made it. You don't have to be a doctor in order to be in a relationship. No, that's not at all what I'm saying. What I am saying is you need to know what you want, know what you want to do, doing what you can to not be a burden on somebody else, but to be adding to their life. Remember, if you are not adding to somebody's life, you are definitely subtracting from their life. You know, one thing that I really encourage my mentees and the girls that I'm able to work with and talk to, one thing that I encourage them on is being able to do things for yourself. And if you can't do it for yourself, do not expect a man to do it for you. It's one thing to have a partner that you're depending on for something extracurricular. Listen, my boo gives me my nail money, okay? Or your boo might give you, you know what I'm saying, your bag money. It's another thing when you're dependent on somebody for survival. If you are not financially stable enough to survive, you need to go back home with your parents. You need to be finding yourself and figuring out how can I survive in this crazy world? What do I need to do to be able to provide for myself? How much money do I need to be bringing in to live comfortably? What do I need to do? How many hours do I need to work? What kind of job do I need to be looking for? Do I need to go back to school so that way I can have the kind of job to live the kind of life that I want to live? Those are the things that you should be thinking about. Not let me find a Craig to come and pay my mortgage every month.
Absolutely not.
Because you don't want your survival to be based on their emotions. When your survival becomes based on somebody else's emotions, you are setting yourself up for failure every single time. Now, that person's mad at you and ignoring you, and you don't have the money for your rent. They didn't make the rent deposit into your account. So now you're sitting around looking crazy. No ma'am, no sir, no ma'am, Pam, absolutely not. We're not gonna do that, not here, not in this lovey-dovey family. You don't wanna be another bill. A lot of us are out here being whole bills. You do not wanna be another bill for that person. Imagine if you had an extra bill, okay? You wanna be stable and you guys wanna be stepping into a relationship on a level playing field, knowing that you guys can both, one, take care of yourselves, and that empowers you to take care of each other. All right, number 4, and this is really a personal preference. This is really like a hindsight is 2020 type of thing for me. So I thought I would share it with you all. But I say that you shouldn't get into a relationship if you have not lived alone. Now, this kind of ties into things that I've already said, but there's a sense of pride that comes with knowing that you can provide for yourself. And whether or not this relationship works or fails, I will be okay. You should be able to enjoy not having to have parents, not having to have a man or a woman to answer to, but just knowing that, okay, I know how to pay bills every month. I know how to budget. I know how to do those things. And just having that experience, it just adds to what I feel like I bring to the table in my own personal relationship. Like I always wanted to have, okay, I want to have my first apartment experience. I want to have, you know, buying and furnishing my first apartment. I want to have, you know, just what it's like to have my own personal peaceful space. I think everybody just deserves to have peace at some point in their life. So my advice, I would say definitely you shouldn't get into a relationship if you haven't lived on your own yet. You should not get into a relationship if you're not ready to accept the fact that your actions can have a permanent effect on somebody else. You can damage somebody by choosing to be in a relationship, gaslighting them, leading them on, when you know you're not ready to think about anybody but yourself. If you're not ready to consider that, I say stay single, because you can live the life that you want to live, answer to the God that you choose to answer to, and nobody else. But the truth of the matter is, okay, and this is not toxic. This is the truth of the matter is, when I get into a relationship, I'm entering into partnership with somebody. So we should be consulting with each other on the things that we're choosing to do, not necessarily for permission, but if I love you and I respect you, I'm not going to do anything that's going to upset you. And consideration may not even be asking them. It may just be taking a moment, stepping back just to think within yourself and say, how would I feel if he did this to me or if she did this to me? Sometimes you kind of make your decisions based off of how you know they would react and how you know they would feel. Again, I caution you to use wisdom and discernment to be able to tell if you're in a toxic situation, if you're in a controlling situation. Those are not what I'm talking about. I'm just talking about an open, peaceful, respectful, communicative relationship where things are talked about and feelings are considered before decisions are made. If you're not ready to consider somebody else's feelings before you do something, stay single. Leave folks alone. Honorable mention, and I guess this would be 6, would be you don't want to get in a relationship if you're not whole. Now, wholeness is a journey. It is not a destination. So I will admit that it's very hard to say, okay, I'm whole and now I'm ready. But one thing that I hate hearing, I'm not even gonna lie, is when somebody says, oh girl, you're his better half, or you're gonna be his better half. It's like, no, baby, I'm working on myself. I'm trying to be whole so I can be better than his better half. I wanna be a whole being so that way he is not trying to put together pieces that I should have handled myself while I was single. A lot of the times we get into relationships before we've done the self-prep, the self-work, and we're expecting somebody else to do it all for us. Absolutely not. You wanna be at a place where you can say, I'm satisfied with myself. Okay, I've lived the life that I wanna live. I'm ready to go into this next phase of life, which should not look like the previous stages. Your life should change. You should look different now than when you did back then. But you should be at a point in your wholeness journey to where you can say, I know myself. I know what I like. I know what I don't like. I know what I want. I know what I don't want. I know what I've done. I know what I can do. I know what I probably need a little help doing. I know what I can do for somebody else. I'm excited to do this with that person, and now I'm ready to move forward. You don't want to be out here putting pieces of the puzzle together, but your puzzle is not together, and then you're looking across the way at his puzzle like, ooh, his puzzle together. So maybe if I put my broken puzzle with his whole puzzle, my puzzle will get fixed. No, because if you put your broken puzzle with his whole puzzle is gonna become a broken puzzle trying to fix your broken puzzle. Okay, so let's just both be whole puzzles. All right, lovies. Thank you so much for listening to my TED Talk, okay? Thank you guys so much for being here, for giving me this opportunity. I love you guys. I love spending time with you guys. Don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to share this video, and I will see you guys in the next video. All right, bye-bye.